What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Kessel Run Transmissions. My name is Noah Outlaw, and I am one of your hosts, as always. And I am here. Well, first off, I'm going to introduce Clare, since we're on the same screen. Clare Stribling, what's up?
Hi. A lot.
A
Quite
lot.
bit.
A lot is up. A lot is up. Corey Van Dyke, what's up, man?
Hi.
Hey, Corey, pull your camera down a little bit, buddy. You got too much headroom. You know how I am about headroom. All right, and Ross, what's up, man?
Oh, dude, I've got the headroom because I got to stand up for this episode again. And let me tell you, I'm doing pretty great now. Doing real good.
I can hear it, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, we just watched Chapter 11 of The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 3. Last week was a little bit of a whatever episode.
Transitional episode.
But Corey, let's just get your thoughts first. I would love to hear what your thought is about the episode. So go take it away, buddy. We're gonna go first.
Yeah, I sort of had a feeling this would be a good episode. I didn't think it would be the best episode of The Mandalorian, and then it was me and producer sitting down for the reaction. Noah's obviously not here. He is with Clare in Chicago. So it was me and producer holding down the fort. And we watched this episode together. And we absolutely, producer hasn't seen much of Clone Wars. I'm starting to show him the episodes. Obviously, Clone Wars is my life. So I'm like, that's my baby. That's my favorite thing in all of Star Wars. And the reaction that came out of not just me, but Garrett, producer, was completely out of this world. It was just, I can't believe that we got Bo-Katan live action this quickly, and I didn't anticipate it till later on in the season. And there's just so many things in here that set the tone for The Mandalorian Season 2. This is exactly the type of oomph we needed. Not just because we already got the big oomph moments, right, with Boba Fett and Cobb Vanth, but getting this soon just completely blew my mind. This is the best episode of The Mandalorian. The way this Bryce Dallas Howard, you absolute legend. Legend.
Well, before anybody, I don't mean to cut you off, but we got a couple super chats already we need to talk about. Tyler Schultz says, remember when y'all said you were scared for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I was being a dramatic idiot last time.
And also, we have Kyber Webb saying, they really said, Corey and Ross, sorry for the last one, but this one's for you.
There was one moment in particular that I can say I was no longer with myself, with my body, with any plane of existence. The minute Bo-Katan, there was two moments. There's three moments. When Bo-Katan showed up, when Bo-Katan mentioned the Darksaber, but the moment that destroyed me in all forms is when Bo-Katan said, Ahsoka Tano. Giving us the official confirmation, 100% Ahsoka Tano's in The Mandalorian Season 2. We're going to see a live-action Ahsoka Tano coming up. It was like the biggest... I can't even... I'm like still processing it. I feel emotional. I feel excited. I feel stunned. I feel just like... This is what I was hoping Star Wars could become and evolve into, and we've arrived. I have never felt more positive about the future of Star Wars until right now. I feel ready and excited, and I love Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Bryce Dallas Howard, Katie Sackhoff, Rosario Dawson, everyone bringing. Hey man, here, come here.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, producer.
We experienced this moment together.
Yeah, what's going on?
It was a pretty huge moment.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I was amped.
Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't know, I started showing Garrett some of the Clone Wars today, and we went through some of the episodes, so you got to see some of Ahsoka. We didn't do any Bo, but you've seen some of Siege of Mandalore.
I'm not going to lie. Clone Wars is pretty tight.
Garrett, I knew I liked you.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Hey, no one's looking at me. What are we doing?
I'm looking at you.
Or, I mean, sorry, hey, Daniel.
Steel call. All right. Well, Garrett, now that you're here, Ross, we'll get to you in just a second. I know you're standing up, but we're gonna get Garrett. Garrett, impressions of the episode.
I think that was definitely the best episode great. I mean, best pacing I've seen in a Mando episode for sure.
very
It did not stop. Bo-Katan is. I'm in love with her. I think I am. I've always loved Katie Sackhoff. She's awesome. So I think I'm in love with her.
I am.
It just didn't stop. And then at the end, of course, her saying Ahsoka Tano, just it just train was derailed at that point, and there was it's a hype fest in this apartment, and I'm pretty sure Noah we will get a complaint by tomorrow morning.
I am fairly certain. I kept pointing to the screen and I was like, this is like if the Astros won the World Series again, Garrett. This is like the Astros winning the Worlds. I kept saying that over and over again.
All right, Ross, thoughts on the episode?
Dude.
Obviously, you're standing the fuck up, so you know that everybody who is a Kessel Run Transmissions frequent viewer, if Ross is standing up, we're in for a good time.
Here we go. Buckle in, kids.
It was an amazing episode. Let me tell you. I sat here. All the lights are on in the room, by the way. I normally keep them off for The Mandalorian, but they're on tonight because I wasn't expecting this episode to be good. I thought it was going to be like, you guys, we're going to get to to episode 3, and then, it's going to be like, we're going to fight some Krakens, like on a boat, and that's going to be the whole episode. Okay, but we're still moving along, and then we're going to go back to Navarro, and everything's going to be fine, and then we're going to meet up with Grief Karga and Cara Dune, and then the second half of the season, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano, Boba Fett. No, some Quarrens are trying to steal the Beskar armor and kill Baby Yoda, and then boom, Bo-Katan just swoops in and real things is coming true, and I immediately recognize the armor instantly.
Oh yeah,
lunatics, and let me tell you. All throughout once the helmet was off, and then once Bo-Katan revealed exactly, now we know why. We know why Din Djarin and the rest of the Mandalorians that we have seen are so disconnected from the mainline Mandalorians that we know from the Clone Wars. It all makes sense now. They're radicals that pretty much only worship the Mandalore and the original lore of the Mandalorian culture before the modernized Mandalorians. And every shot when they were in the transport, when they were going through the corridors, and I was watching live-action Mandalorians, live-action Bo-Katan blasting through Imperial corridors, I was dying. I was scared. And then we get to the end of the episode, and then Mr. Imperial guy, played by the actor who we have seen in literally everything ever.
Every show,
I was about to say, I knew that guy. I know that guy's and stuff.
Dude. He freaking bites the electric cyanide, and then Moff Gideon was there before that, and they're talking about the Darksaber, and Bo-Katan is still after the Darksaber. Not gonna lie, it's kind of sad. 12 years later, she's still trying to get that thing. But listen, I gotta say, that hints at a fight between her and Moff Gideon, and then Ahsoka Tano. They're just like, she's just like, you're gonna take the foundling to the city of what is it called? I literally just took these screenshots.
Corvus.
Wait, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Corvus from Knights of the Old Republic?
Well, how about we just go to what's
Ahsoka Tano, this is happening.
Babe, Claire, what's your reaction?
Claire.
I'm having like a weird. I'm having a hard time like forming full sentences on how I feel because this is something that like I've known is gonna happen. And like objectively knowing that you're at some point going to see something and then actually like seeing it is a whole other deal. And Corey obviously can relate because he and I both are very, very much Clone Wars people. Yeah. We grew up on Clone Wars. Clone Wars kept me alive as far as Star Wars fandom goes.
I didn't mean to push him down.
Be nice to the Dukes.
I was very nice.
But I didn't realize how much that would actually like. I knew that when I see Ahsoka in live action, which obviously have not yet, I was gonna bawl my eyes out. I did not know what. There's a reaction video coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know the emotional reaction that seeing Bo-Katan in live action and seeing Katie Sackhoff take that helmet off, and
It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true.
It really is, and you can watch me ugly cry on the Kessel Run transmissions.
Yeah. When it's uploaded, Claire definitely had some tears are coming. Yeah, guys. So I fucking love this episode. Excuse my language. He
goes, excuse my language in every podcast we've done.
Ross, Corey, I'm trying not to get demonetized, baby. So
too late.
But let's see. When Bo showed up, because I had a feeling we were gonna see Bo in this episode because Katie Sackhoff earlier today, she tweeted, "Is it Friday yet?" She tweeted that, and so I was like, "Oh shit, that means we might see Bo tonight." I was expecting like a last minute like reveal.
At the end.
I was not expecting her to just show up 5 minutes in and then just be like, "Hi, I'm taking my helmet off. I'm Katie Sackhoff." I fucking love the Mandalorian. I'm just gonna say fuck now. I love the Mandalorian. I love Din Djarin's reaction to to her. He was like, who are you? You're not a Mandalorian. And she was like,
more of these Mandos taking their helmets off. Great.
Yeah, and I love the thing is they had to do a great job of providing story for those who don't know the story, right? And so like they had to provide story for those who don't know what the fucking Death Watch is. They don't know the history of Mandalore. So they're like, "Oh, you're a fucking cultist," like those Death Watch people, right? It's like, and it's he's like, "This is the only way," and she like fucking flies away.
It's like, nah, it's not.
Yeah,
I love the consistency of her like shitting on him the whole time. She was just like, "This is the way," mocking him and like walking away.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like halfway through our reaction, you'll probably see it. I was like, I told Claire, I was like, Bo-Katan is like the first character in The Mandalorian who is consistently putting Din Djarin in his place.
Which is funny.
He's very like
that. Yeah, I said like this is like the first time I've actually seen Din Djarin get disowned. You know, he got owned pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the biggest pointers for me when I started going, "Oh shit, this episode's going to be huge," was the recap. The moment we saw the armorer talking to Mando about taking off someone, I'm like, "Okay, we're going to see the covert." And my brain went to, it's going to be Sabine. Like Sabine's going to appear in this episode. That makes the most sense. She'll lead him to Bo-Katan. And the minute that we saw all of them, my brain, I couldn't process it. I was like looking at Gary like the minute all the Mandos were there, I was like, "That's Sabine." And then I saw the helmet, and I kind of don't remember what happened after that. Like the next 5 seconds, it was just like a visceral reaction of just complete like excitement. Enough, what kind of put me back in the moment was Jack's barking. I was like, "Oh, right, we're in reality."
Oh, this is actually happening.
That'll happen, buddy. Trust me, buddy. I know how that goes.
You know what struck me about the boat scene, the reveal scene, is like, man, like so much of that we've seen in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like what the hell's gonna happen immediately after the frames we've seen of Navarro next week?
Right. I know,
so this is kind of the well, actually, and I see people bringing this up in the chat. Yeah, Sasha Banks was not playing Sabine Wren, which I didn't think she was. She played a character called Koshka Reeves. Now I don't know if that's anybody we know before. And I was having a hard time figuring out if that was her throughout the episode. And then there was a character or an actor who appears in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a lot, who was also in this episode as a Mandalorian.
Yep.
I will say, like, this episode is setting up the Filoni-verse. There has been long rumored of this Filoni-verse coming to Disney+.
We've heard things about it ourselves.
We have talked about it on the channel numerous times at Kessel Run Radio.
I've
numerous
about
times
it almost every night.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. A lot of people didn't believe us that was something that was coming down the line, but I can tell you we're more confident than ever now that is a thing. All right, bro. And I think that this was a setup because clearly Bo-Katan is out for blood. She wants Moff Gideon. Guys, guess what? Giancarlo Esposito is in The Mandalorian. Today's episode.
Look at that. Okay, all right. We'll get into that.
This is a real conversation we're having.
Finally. Like last week, I remember because me and Ross were talking about this during the week. I'm like, Ross, dude, what if everything was wrong? What if we were wrong? What if Hollywood Reporter was wrong? What if we're all wrong?
For weeks. Like, what if we get to Mandalorian season 2? Rosario Dawson's not in it. She got cut. Or like, it's just all too good to be true. And it wasn't. All rumors are true.
It was not.
I'm just thinking about how on Monday, Lucasfilm's going to be like, all right, guys, Bo-Katan poster, Bo-Katan t-shirt, Bo-Katan standee.
Yeah. Charlie Ashby and go to bed, all of you.
Honestly,
all right. Well, before we get into the rest of it, I just want to bring up a few images. So here's the first time, not the exact first shot, one of the first shots we see of Bo, and I remember, look how good Bo-Katan looks, guys. So good.
I want her to kick my butt and then say, "Thank you, Miss Bo-Katan. May I have another?"
Right.
To be honest with you.
And then she takes the helmet off, and look at Katie,
the queen.
So good. She looks so good.
She's perfect.
I've been wondering since there's like, oh, Katie Sackhoff's playing Bo-Katan. What is she gonna look like? Like, that's an interesting look they're gonna have to pull off. And holy shit, they pulled it off. Fucking fantastic.
Well, and Corey, you know what too is there was one thing I was worried about was her acting, because I didn't know if she would be able to pull off Bo-Katan live action, right? I mean, you just don't know. No, exactly. But for me, you just never know how an animation character can be portrayed in live action. Yeah. And this was the proof that they nailed it. And she played the character exactly like she played her in the Clone Wars. And I was just the whole time I'm looking at it like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. This is just the literally the best.
Stepped right out of the Siege of Mandalore and into the Mandalorian. I mean, it was like you just said. She was consistent with the original interpretation of the character from the Clone Wars. I mean, it was perfectly consistent. And like you said, to your point, like the performance was she was fantastic. She was excellent. This was the first episode out the gate. Imagine, like, dude, she was brilliant.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely phenomenal.
No.
Listen, it took a few years. It took a few years, but we went from Saw Gerrera in Rogue One to this. We have arrived.
We have arrived. We have, we've gotten to the point now where so many people used to be like, oh, Clone Wars is just that cartoon. And like, no, guess what? You know what? You guys know what's going to happen now? You know what's going to happen is people are going to go, who's Ahsoka, Bo-Katan? Okay, let's go back and watch the Clone Wars.
You know what I love about it too is so many people constantly make the argument, and they always bring this up with Maul, like, oh man, well, the general audiences haven't seen the Clone Wars, or they haven't seen Rebels, or they haven't seen Forces of Destiny, or they haven't seen My Ass. Well, listen, it's like you can literally take for a couple seconds to just like, you don't need to explain everything straight out the gate. It's like you don't need all of the backstory of the Siege of Mandalore and Clan Kryze and everything that went down with the Civil. You don't need all of that for this.
Right. Story. This is yeah. No, and that's kind of been our point. Is this is perfect. Like now people are going to go back and watch this, and now all of us who already knew. Like, all of us who already knew about these characters are hyped, but general audience members are still going to go, this is badass. Like, wow, look at – First off, the shots in this episode, goddamn mind-blowing.
Bryce fucking Dallas Howard. Like, I'm sorry. Like she's so fucking good.
So good. So good. So I have a question for you guys right now. This has kind of been my question now after this is the next episode. The next episode is directed by Carl Weathers. So here's what I believe is going to happen. I think the next episode we're going to be focusing on Grief Karga and Cara Dune, and I think that Mando's probably not going to meet up with them yet.
Right.
I think that it's still going to be focused on them though, and not Mando. And then I think 5 will pick up with Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the next topic, sorry, Ross, we have a super chat from Inwill Balandres. Sorry if I fucked your name up, dude. I'm sorry. Genuinely. Do you think Din's OG Mando gang teams up with Bo, or they don't want anything to do with it? That's a great question, actually, because she seems to have some ill will towards these Death Watch cultists, right?
Oh man.
However, because she's herself, if anybody's going to marriage the old ways and the new ways, Bo-Katan is gonna be able to fucking get these people,
right?
These weird cultists, like on to team casual Mando.
Yep. Michael from the Tomb 2 Star Wars Network filler episode.
No.
Can you imagine if the finale is like Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber back from Moff Gideon, uniting the existing original Mandalorian loyalists with the Watch that Din is a part of, and it's like one giant fucking battle against Moff Gideon's entire Imperial remnant? I will die.
He's standing up now. He will be flat on his back.
Yeah, right.
That episode.
I will say I do agree with this comment. When Bo meets Cara Dune, that will be a pretty cool character meetup. I will say that.
Speaking of Cara Dune and next week's episode, again to what I was saying earlier about like we saw these shots from the trailer, and then it's like, look what happens immediately after. Like, bro, with that Imperial Fortress next week, it's like, is Sabine Wren gonna come running down the hallway after one of those frames? Like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
It's nuts. Oh, dude, the possibilities, bro.
Honestly, same though, Ross. Same.
Legacy Gaming says, "Hi, Corey."
What is up, guys? I am actually, as we are talking about this, I'm cutting together our reaction.
You sound great by now, by the way. You sound like you sound like you're like, ooh, you got that sexy voice going, bro.
Thank you. I feel regal right now.
That's
to
what
Corey's point, bro. The Mandalorian season 2, to what Corey's saying, completely and utterly dismantled this idea that the movies must take priority at all times, and there can be no crossover from the shows or the books. In one season, in just in 3 episodes, Cobb Vanth from the Aftermath trilogy has been reintroduced into live action, played by none other than Timothy Olyphant, to like reintroduce Boba Fett back into Star Wars, and then you have Bo-Katan and the Death Watch showing up in like 2 episodes later. And what the finishing point with this is that it's like it's all natural to the story. It's not. It's not. It's completely organic. The Mandalorian Din Djarin is looking for other Mandalorians. He has the whole kerfuffle on Tatooine, looking for, who obviously winds up being Cobb Vanth and then Boba Fett, and then he runs into Mandalorians because that's where Turtle Lady took him, Frog Lady. It's like
Turtle Lady. How dare you?
Turtle Lady. Wait, before we get, we have a super chats. Let's see. Kyber Webb says, "Listen, I just can't shake the feeling. It's going to be Ahsoka versus Gideon, so Bo can have the Darksaber back." And that's my court. Ross, come here. Let me ask you, buddy. Let's say the season finale, you see Ahsoka versus Moff Gideon wielding the Darksaber. How often are you standing up whenever we're watching that? You're standing up 100% of the time right now, so it must be.
I might gain freaking force powers myself, and I'm gonna hit the field and fly away out my broken window here to my right, and it's gonna be really great. But this is something else that we didn't really bring up. Like we have after next week, we have no more footage. No more. We have no idea what the remaining 4 episodes are going to look like, or I guess after. But no idea.
Well, sorry, Ross. We have another super chat. How does Boba fit in with the rest of the season? Any thoughts? I do have a thought on that. I genuinely do not think Boba will show up at all in the rest of the season.
No.
I'm sorry. I do, but
I
you
don't
know what?
want
You know
that.
what's happening because it's no coincidence that right after the Boba episode, the Boba series started shooting. And so what's going to happen is that is a tease for the Boba series, which will probably, if they're shooting right now, it will probably come out in 2021. It'll probably come out maybe early 2022. That is a definite tease for the Boba Fett series, in my opinion. Corey, what do you think? You think I'm right?
No, I think we'll see him again. I think we're going to have. I think we're going to have one of the most mind-blowing last half of Mandalorian. Like I genuinely think that this is the way I think they. Right. This is the way I think they constructed the season. Now that we have this episode, is they had season 1 give you that big punch, right? Of like, hey, Boba Fett, Cobb Vanth. Episode 2 was breathe, or be disappointed if you feel like it. And then episode 3 was like, oh, boom, like here is what you have been wanting. And this is us bringing everything together, promising you a season filled with things you've never seen before and things you've only ever wanted to see live action. And I think that that's going to really be the next after the. It's hard for me to think.
Buddy, I understand. It's fucking insane. Yeah.
I think chapters 5, 6. Sorry, 5. What am I talking about? 11. We're on 11. Yes, 12. Okay. I think chapters 13, 14, 15, and 16 are going to absolutely be insane. I do think we're going to get a little bit of a slower one next weekend, but that's fine. I don't care. We have the promise of what's to come, and I am down to see what. It's happening.
All right. Well, buddy. Well, while you take a break, we have a super chat from Dan the Man. What's up, Dan? They say, is Ahsoka training Jedi with others on that planet, which was called Corvus, by the way.
Oh man! By the way, I looked into this. There is no canon planet called Corvus at the moment.
Really?
Is there one in Legends? Did you find anything on Legends?
Not canon.
I didn't check Legends. I only had time to check canon before we started. But dude. Yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone's going to look up, and they're going to, because like the Inferno Squad's main Imperial ship was called the Corvus in Battlefront 2, so that'll be what people are finding the most, I think.
Right.
But, oh my God.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
The possibilities that just opened. And everything that I just thought about, like, with where this is going, it's like, yeah, I have no idea how Boba Fett is going to be reincorporated into the.
Dude. That's why I don't think he will, because Ross, like they don't have time. They don't, unless Boba becomes some good guy and is like, I'm gonna help you fight the fucking Mandos, or not the Mandos, but the Imperials. Like, I don't. That's the only thing I can imagine.
I think Boba Fett will show up again. It may be, he may be in the finale only, right? I think that one potential reason that Boba Fett might definitely show up is, one, he's pursuing Din Djarin now that he knows that, now that he saw Din take his armor, he might be pursuing Din Djarin for any number of reasons, and then finally catches up with him in the finale. And then also Dave Filoni, he of course knew when they were putting the season together that he's got Tamira Morrison back, the clone template himself, and how freaking sick it would be for the story potential in that moment for Ahsoka and Boba to reunite. They definitely would remember each other. But then also for Ahsoka to see the face of another clone for the first time since Rebels. Like, besides Wolf and Gregor, like she hasn't seen any other clones. And so that would make for one hell of a moment. And
also, I'm sorry, I just thought about this, and I think it's worth noting. Ahsoka's mission to find Ezra is complete then.
I wouldn't go that far.
Because, or at least there's something going on. Because if you think about it, this is 6 years after Rebels ends, which means...
Oh, dude, what if live act... Now listen, I get excited by this idea, assuming they do it well. What if live action, Ezra and Sabine are waiting for us with Ahsoka in chapter.
I am going to add one more character into this.
Oh.
Yeah, guys, we're going to see a live action Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex standing next to each other. 100%, not even a question. It's going to happen. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about Rex.
Yep. Guarantee you will see Rex.
That's actually. Oh man.
Tyler Schultz says, "Remember when people hated Ahsoka? Laughing face.
I'll go out on record and say that I never hated Ahsoka. I always loved her character.
Oh yeah, but there's a lot of hate. All right, Alden talks Star Wars topics.
Aiden.
Will we get Aiden? Sorry. Oh, it is Aiden. Okay, sorry, Aiden. Sorry. What's up, buddy? What's up, Aiden? Will we get a tease of Ezra? If we did, I would shit my pants. But the thing is, I really don't think. I don't think we'll get an Ezra tease.
I think so. I think so too.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo! Look at y'all being like. That's what I like to hear.
You missed it when you said
If we want to get really
Oh, what did he say? What did he say?
What if we see Luke Skywalker like at the end of the season?
I think, guys, I genuinely believe that anything's possible now.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Anything's possible.
this is really great for YouTubing and for podcasting. I cannot comment on any of this because I just don't want to believe it's true at this point. And like all of it is possible. You're 100% right. Is like it's all possible now. But after literally just seeing Bo-Katan kick some butt and not like seeing any of these other characters that I have more of an emotional attachment to, and watching how much I cried during that episode, I can't even entertain that right now. I can't.
Yeah.
I would not. I can't handle
You're
it.
gonna be a mess.
I am.
Yeah.
I very much am.
Yeah.
I was a mess.
Can I just say like how hype that is that like Claire's like when we called and I saw Claire crying, I'm like, she gets it.
By the way,
she gets it.
at this point, if all of this is happening with The Mandalorian, I think that the chances of us seeing Maul in Kenobi are very high.
Very high. We've heard that. Not the scoop.
We have heard Maul's in Kenobi. Yeah.
I think it's no. Jinwoo Balandra says, "I think it's no coincidence if we don't see Boba for the rest of the season. No airtime for Boba's armor. We had some airtime for Boba's armor, but I understand what you're saying." We Kyber Webbs again says, "Here's the thing, though. If Sabine isn't there with her, what could have split them apart? Maybe she finally did find Ezra, and her absence can lead into the Corey trademark Rebel sequel."
That's right. That's right. Or what if? Okay, I'm just want to get Claire freaking out right now. Imagine this. Okay, they land on this planet, and Ahsoka's there, and then Ezra's there, and then they have like a meeting all together, like they need to talk. And out walks Salacious B. Crumb. Out walks the Grand Admiral himself.
Oh my God, dude! I was gonna go.
Oh
After helping Ezra and everybody, and they sit down with Din Djarin, and they go, "We are in the middle of a war." They say we're in the middle of a war. We're fighting creatures called the Grisk. It is in the unknown regions.
She can't even hear. She can't even hear what you're saying. She took her headphones out.
Din Djarin.
She took her headphones out. Put these back.
What's crazy is like I know.
No. Listen to this meeting. Listen, I'm not done. Listen to this meeting. I'm sorry. I'm hyped. Listen. Okay, they sit down. Okay, they're having this meeting, and Thrawn's there, and Ezra's there, and Sabine's there, and Rex is there, and Ahsoka's there, and you know what? This goddamn Luke Skywalker's there, and then in hologram form Luke Skywalker, and you know what Din Djarin says? Din Djarin's like, well, what's going on? And then Baby Yoda's with him.
It'd be more like, what's going on?
Exactly. And then Ahsoka Tano goes, we're in the middle of a war in the unknown regions. We need your help. We need Baby Yoda's help to guide us. We need to get the Darksaber back to get Bo-Katan to have it, and we need to go fight.
We need Bo-Katan to take over Mandalore so she can get the Mandalorians to come fucking help us fight the Grisk.
Yes.
Wait, bro, hold that thought, Ross. Dudettes, what if we see a Gung?
Gunji!
I would love.
Yes!
I would love to see a Gungan, guys. I would.
No, Gunji.
Gunji. Who's Gunji?
Have you seen the
I thought-
Padawans arc yet in Clone Wars?
Did he say Gunge?
Gunji.
Oh, he did say Gunji. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys.
But also Gungans.
I thought he just said Gung. I thought he just said Gung.
So what's crazy is like all of this sounds wild and fan servicey to most and outlandish, but it's like when you think about it, and after seeing Cobb Vanth and Bo-Katan all naturally linked into the story, it's like based on where Rebels ended, it can very easily make sense for Ezra, Thrawn, Sabine, Rex, any one of those characters or all of them to be with Ahsoka when she shows up in I
like Morgan Beebe's comments. She says Din gonna fall in love with Sabine, bro. Right. What if we have Din Bean or
Din Bean
or Sajarin?
Oh my god!
No. Thank you, producer. Go to sleep, bro. What the hell is wrong with you?
Guys, I just got to the part. I'm cutting the reaction right now. And I just got to Garrett and I's reaction to Bo-Katan. Oh my god! Holy shit! It's quite something. Sorry.
I'm actually checking on my upload. It's about halfway done. So
cool.
So insider content for you guys, and so behind the scenes.
See, this we're really really hustling right now.
Okay, so guys, I know we're already like almost 40 minutes in, but let's actually start breaking down the episode itself, right? So,
yeah.
The episode opens up, and Den is still with Frog Lady, obviously, and Frog Bay, and he goes. What does it start out? Actually, they're a little shit on.
So they are barely getting by.
Yeah, barely getting there. Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, by the way, here's the deal. I don't have enough fuel to slow myself down. We're just gonna basically crash until the end, and then hopefully we won't die. Let gravity do its thing. Let us probably not burn up, and then hopefully we'll make it. So that's how we start, and then we meet same Ben.
Shout out to Ben Hart from
same
the
Ben.
SWU.
And then we land. And we've got a beautiful, beautiful Mon Cal, sassy, beautiful boy who's going to fix up the ship. And we have the romantic reunion of the century.
Yes.
And they hold hands. And they give each other a frog love greeting. And you're just like, and love is real, guys. That's it. That's it. That's it. True love.
We have a super chat, so I don't mean to interrupt, but if we interrupt, we have a super chat, we have to interrupt. Kyber Webb's over under Ahsoka keeping Baby Yoda. Imagine him being part of the Rebels sequel, bro.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility.
I genuinely don't know though, because if Ahsoka's appearing already, I highly doubt that they would be down to throw away their prize moneymaker off the series. I that's my only thing saying I don't think so. Maybe the last dude. Maybe I think Baby Yoda's gonna stick with Din throughout the entire series. But at the series finale, the last scene, maybe Din taking Baby Yoda to Ahsoka, and the last shot is like Ahsoka holding Baby Yoda looking off into the distance. And
I would die.
Swear Mando, we had Ginwell Belondres. Swear Mando needs a new ship. Tow that thing away, bruh.
Honestly,
I agree. Dude, I think it's a piece of shit now.
Dude, like how? Yeah, the Razor Crest is done. Like, I mean, it's kind of beyond repair. Like at this point, it's it's bad. By the way, one thing I did notice immediately that kind of broke immersion for me, like right out the gate. It's a small thing before the episode kicked off into heaven. Dude, listen, I love me some practical effects too. But listen, those Mon Calamari, that their eyes were dead. Like there was no life in those eyes.
Yeah, anybody who bet Ross complains about at least one thing, you won the bet. There we go.
Oh, dude, it's a nitpicky thing, but and it was great. By the way, once you get into the diner and you're focused on the Mon Calamari who's talking to Din, it was great from there. But before, there was these Mon Calamari were dead in the eyes, and it was like, okay, that's a mask. That's
Yeah,
all right.
actually, I did notice that Mon Calamari, who was like working on the ship, was a little like, "Hey, I'm a second tier costume. What's up?" But the thing is, so let's talk about this. So we get to the diner. Obviously, the diner was like whatever. They were just like, we could take it.
They got chowder.
That could take it. It's a
Yeah.
Mandalorian. And there was like a fucking thing in Baby Yoda's whatever.
Dude, it was a bunch.
That was funny though. That was funny.
That was fun. But one of the craziest fucking reactions that we had, Claire and I, the fucking Quarren throwing Baby Yoda to the fucking monster.
Yup.
We were like, what the fuck is going on? Like it was so crazy, man. So what was I'm guessing everyone had a similar reaction
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, me and Gary were like, huh? Like both at the same time, and we're like, what is going? Why would
Obviously,
they
he
do that to
wasn't
the
gonna
baby?
die. Obviously, he wasn't gonna die,
Yeah.
but it was still like, what the
But
fuck?
Still, I was like, dude.
We went so quickly from Dan Grievous is living for
Yeah,
these
now
Quarren right now.
Dan
to,
Grievous, who might be in the
Fuck
chat,
no!
exactly.
So quickly, just like, no, I don't care. No, these people are
Dude.
terrible. I don't want them to ever be happy ever again.
The
Yeah.
Quarren looked so good.
So good. So
Oh.
good.
Oh man.
Oh God. But yeah, no, honestly, them throwing Baby Yoda into the sea monster nonsense was just like,
That was bad.
and then the Mandos immediately coming in, seeing Bo-Katan. I can't form sentences. I was so overwhelmed with what I was seeing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I'm actually watching this.
I
think
might
I'm
as well
asleep.
throw this up again for people who missed it.
I think I'm
What the hell?
Oh.
Check it out.
I'm like, I think I'm
There
asleep.
she
I don't think
is.
this episode is actually being aired on Disney Plus right now.
Yeah, it's and I knew we would, all four of us have talked about for the last couple of months how we would feel when this actually happens. And it's just like, even though we were getting the rumors and we were being told things, I just, in the back of my mind, I was like, are they really gonna do this? Are they really gonna deliver?
Maybe. It's a
Just
lot of
yeah.
rumors circulating around. I don't know if it's actually going to happen.
Yeah,
That was when I'm like, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
no, for sure.
I
This is gonna be the
know.
one time
I don't know.
where- This is going to be the one time where Hollywood Reporter's wrong, and it's like,
Yeah, right,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I said earlier, the possibilities are just completely endless, and I am really excited to see where the series goes from here. One thing I'll say is we do see the Razor Crest in the shots of Navarro when he it's quite clearly messed up, so that's why I think we'll be getting a pit stop before.
No, I definitely think next episode will be when he goes to Navarro, sees Grief Karga and Cara Dune, fixes up his ship. They're gonna fucking do something. They're gonna, it'll be another. I'm not gonna say filler because it's not filler, but it'll definitely be an episode where we're like, okay, well, all right, let's go see Ahsoka now. Like, and Dave is definitely directing the episode of Ahsoka's in, and he's definitely, and that is episode 5. So they wouldn't, and John and Dave would not let anybody direct Ahsoka's first live action episode other than Dave.
I'm sorry. I'm like
Well-
having a stroke listening to you say these words.
Oh no, I feel that. I
I
feel
feel
that.
this entire stream is just me like staring at the camera like, did I don't,
Ladies and gentlemen, the reaction to Ahsoka Tano live action will be batshit crazy.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
It will be fucking insane. Claire will record a reaction to that. I will tell you, Claire's gonna record a reaction to that because we have to have that on the channel. Like, we have to have that on the channel.
I'm gonna be Chris Crocker crying over Brittany. I'm gonna be like,
Leave Ahsoka
like-
alone.
this is just, I want her to have everything in the world. This is everything I've ever wanted. Leave Ahsoka alone.
Right.
Let her. It's gonna be that level of like ugly cry,
It'll just be ugly.
yelling,
Right?
yelling,
Oh, yeah.
screaming nonsense. It's gonna be. It's not gonna be fun. Like, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be a fun reaction for anybody. It's just gonna be me embarrassing myself.
It'll
for a
be
solid hour.
on Thanksgiving night. Which
I
is,
think that'll be the moment where I actually die. I think that's gonna be
the end
that'll
for
be
all
it.
of us.
That's
it.
gonna be
I've
the
lived a good
minute.
life.
Yeah, I mean the minute we see
I die happy
Ahsoka, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna cry during the reaction, go Ahsoka Tano, Rosario Dawson. Then when the credits go, I'm gonna go, all right,
Yep,
R.I.P.
That's it. Astral form, ascend into heaven, and goodbye. That's it, Curtin.
That's
Like this
right.
has to be part of the rapture, honestly.
Sean
Right.
Cheney asked the question, and he really wants his answer to really wants his question to be answered, which I think is an interesting question. It's not interesting. It's actually, is episode 4 the last of Din Djarin for the season? No. No, absolutely not. The show is called The Mandalorian. It's about
Well, I can see why some people are confused. I mean, there was that rumor that Pedro, left halfway through the season.
Oh, Grace
Yeah.
Randolph went great. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, anyways, all right, guys. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here because we've got some editing to do, and then we've got another roundtable coming later in Friday evening. It'll be at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Tomorrow we're gonna have a Raj
Yeah.
from the Sith List, Les from the Sith List. I think we're gonna have Josh from Den of Nerds.
Yes.
Hopefully he comes on.
We're going to be here. Our buddy Eric Patrick Cameron will be on.
Oh yes,
Eric.
sir. Eric. Yeah.
Yes. And we're going to just absolutely geek out over it. We'll have Rex and Round Michael on tomorrow.
Shout out to Michael.
100%. I just want to say before we end this off to every Clone Wars fan, because what's crazy to me is when I started this channel like 8 years ago, it was based off of my love for the Clone Wars, and meeting everyone was through our love for the Clone Wars. And now here we are talking about these characters in live action. We just got the final season of the Clone Wars, and it felt somber for a little bit. And then we were getting these rumors, and I realized that the Clone Wars is more alive than it literally has ever been. Yeah. And that's something I genuinely was starting to get that really hopeless feeling when the show was canceled. And then as the years went on, I'm like, dude, Clone Wars is just going to be forgotten. Like they're just never going to acknowledge it again. They're never going to bring the series back. And this feels, what this feels like? This feels like the Clone Wars save moment, in which I literally texted Ross today. I'm like, dude, I really miss that feeling of that Clone Wars save feeling. He's like, yeah, dude, I agree. And then I feel that right now. The exact same feeling I had that night, that day at the panel is the same way I feel right now of we're in a good place. Clone Wars is absolutely alive. We're getting a Clone Wars sequel series in the Bad Batch. We're getting Clone Wars characters in live action. There's an Ahsoka Tano series on the way. It's it's everything might have been, as me and Ross make this joke all the time, but everything was canceled this year.
Maybe Clone Wars saved again. That's
right. Clone Wars resaved. If you have not seen the Clone Wars, now is the time. Yeah, that happens. I will die for sure. I mean,
Gavin.
Yes. Holy shit.
Shout out to Gavin.
Yeah.
I can't fathom that happening.
Hey, look at us. Who would have thought? Like that Paul Rudd meme.
That's right. And I'm excited because for those of you who we haven't announced our slate of content coming to the channel, but we're going very Clone Wars heavy and very Mandalorian heavy over the next few months. Really, Garrett and I sat through 2 arcs of the Clone Wars today. We're going to watch 2 more tomorrow. We're going to watch 2 more on Saturday, 2 more on Sunday. We're going to compile that into video, put that out for you guys next week. And then we are bringing in our friend Sophia to watch the entire series starting next weekend. So we're going to have Clone Wars reactions daily for you guys from a new fan's perspective leading up to the Mandalorian. And all of us here. I'm so excited.
I love this comment from Ferretta. Atticus Popstar said Morrison about to have his work cut out if he has to talk to himself as Rex and Boba. Can you imagine that?
You know what? I know I'm sorry. I'm talking a lot. I apologize. But one thing that just gets me so excited is the fact that Tamora Morrison has expressed interest in playing Captain Rex. He has said it in interviews. I cannot imagine a world where Dave and John don't go, Let's get him for Rex too.
Somebody also Phobia says, give Bryce Dallas Howard a Star Wars movie.
Yes.
At this rate,
100%.
Holy shit, yes, please.
100%.
Sign me up. Or maybe, Leslie Headland's series. Maybe she directs an episode of that or something, or the Boba Fett series, something. Bryce Dallas Howard needs to be heavily involved with Star Wars going forward.
I do believe that we're going to get a Bo-Katan series for sure. I mean, obviously, Noah and I had already reported.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, we reported let's go.
The thing is, I think it was originally going to be a Cara Dune Bo-Katan series, but no longer for reasons. and for reasons. And so I do think they're going to make it more of like a night owl, like maybe not a night owl, but I don't know. Are they are those? Let me ask you, Clone Wars nerds: are those night owls? Do we think those are night owls?
Well, the female Mando is definitely a night owl, and then male Mandalorians that are still allied with the pre-Vizsla era Mandalorians are still like basically like just Mandalorian loyalists technically, but just like they're ex-members of Death Watch, right? They're still technically Death Watch.
Dude, during the reaction, I'm sorry, I gotta mention this at the beginning when it revealed the chapter title. I looked at it and I was tired and I went.
So did she.
I was like, what's the Heiress? What does Heiress mean?
Heiress. I didn't do that, Corey.
Well, the thing is, Claire goes, the Heiress. Like she freaked out. And I was like, what does that mean?
Satine.
She goes,
Satine.
Duchess
Who
Satine.
is the next leader of Mandalore? The heir to Mandalore. It's Bo-Katan.
The Heiress. And that was the moment where we went, oh, okay, Bo's definitely in this episode. But I really didn't expect to show up as soon as she did.
Yeah, I didn't. I gotta tell you guys, I didn't make that connection at all. Like me, I was just like.
It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm passing out. I'm barely making it to 3 a.m. like usual. And after last week, I'm like barely like dragging myself to the finish line here to watch it. Right. Yeah, I'm on the same page as Corey. I didn't really like think too much about the title, but my god.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Ross, where can they find you on the interwebs, buddy?
Dude, you can find me everywhere at MGF Customs, making custom Lego minifigures.
Whoa, look at that.
My girl.
Very soon, a much better custom Bo-Katan than this.
With no helmet.
Dude, I'm not going to be able to... dude, Katie Sackhoff is under there. Don't worry about it. But let me...
Just get some hair on her, girl.
Yeah. I'm definitely making that as a figure soon.
Good. Core, where can they find you, buddy?
Follow me here at Kessel Transmissions, where I'll be talking about this episode till the day I die. I will be absolutely talking about the next. I'm so hyped right now, guys. Like I mean, all of us are feeling it, but I just think that this is a great time to be a Star Wars fan. You can follow me at @Core_Wolfpack on Twitter and Instagram, at KR Transmissions on Twitter, at Kessel Run Transmissions on Instagram. Stay tuned for a lot of fun content, including got a little something coming up from one of our buddies from the Clone Wars cast. So stay tuned for that.
What the fuck are you talking? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So,
all right, Court. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'll now, after we're off air, I will definitely have to ask you about that. Also, I bought those cups from Walmart. Isn't that crazy? Huh? The thing is, all right, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Outlaw Noah, on Instagram at the Outlaw Noah, and like Corey said, on YouTube, everywhere. It's very late. And I'm sorry. Yeah, and where can they follow you, Claire?
Listen to the Imperial Senate podcast, wherever podcasts can be found, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at cstribs.
Yes,
listen to me just like
probably not to be, like Kessel Run Radio is cool, right? But like if you like to laugh, the Imperial Senate podcast is absolutely the best Star Wars podcast out there. So go check that out. Also follow Claire for sure. C-Strips, amazing.
I love us, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that much.
It's pretty fucking awesome. All right, guys. Well, yeah, like I said, follow me on Twitter, Outlaw Noah, on Instagram, the Outlaw Noah. And yeah, guys. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. And
Thank you, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Seriously. And next week, probably no Ahsoka next week.
Right,
but hey, think of exactly.
It looks like a great episode, though. Like it looks like it's action, great set pieces. Yeah, man. I was just thinking back to like the moment where the Mandalorian Civil War begins. Like no outsider will ever rule Mandalore, and it's all about the Darksaber and Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber. And I mean, I'm never in my wildest dreams that I think that we would one day get to see that pursuit pick up live action.
I know it's crazy. I don't even know what you're talking about, but that's crazy. And no, I'm just kidding. I know what he's talking about. Guys.
I have to say, Claire, Ross. No, us massive Clone Wars fans. What a win tonight!
Honestly,
what a win tonight.
couldn't have said it any better, and I couldn't have imagined it any more perfectly. So.
I fucking love this comment. We're gonna close it. Gonna get some Din Sabine kissy. I'm telling you.
Din Bean.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. We had thank you for everyone tuning in. We had a good amount of viewers. We had about 300 people consistently. So
It's been fun.
all right, guys. Thank you all for
guys.
watching. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to be doing a roundtable with a whole bunch of folks, including all of us here,
And with a lot more sleep.
and a lot and more sleep. Yes. So,
I don't think I'm getting sleep tonight.
honestly, you're just gonna watch the episode again, but we might do the same. But all right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you later, and may the force be with you always.
Force be with you.